Hi all, in this video let's learn about JavaScript interview question. So that is, you can see the question here. So we have a calculate dot, it is calling one method add, and later on the other method multiply, subtract, divide, and finally it is calling one method called value where we need to get the output as 2. So if a question is given like this, the first thing you need to think is like this is a chaining of methods. Okay, it means once this method is called, something should be written back at this position. When calculate.add method is called, something should be written back here such that we need to proceed further to call this multiply. So what is that we need to return back is the instance. So when you need to call this multiply, so where this multiply is located, so to that instance we need to return. Okay, again once multiply method is called, we need to return something such that we need to call this subtract. So this is what we need to return is very important here. What we are returning is also very important. We need to return back the instance, particular instance, so that we can call back the other method. After once this is returning, we can call the other method. So let's see that. So this is a problem. So don't worry about the values like 5 5 3 11. So we need to get an output like 2. So it's like we'll take a value and we'll keep on do the same calculation for that. So you'll understand how you'll be getting the 2. So it's not like a mathematically, don't think like how to achieve this. So let me show you this. Let me take a class called calculate. Okay, and inside this class let me take a constructor. So inside this constructor, let me give it a initial value. So we go with this initial value. So for all these elements, so we'll take only one value as an initial value, this dot initial. Okay. So now we have a class and we have a constructor. So now let's keep on add the other methods like add. So let me taking add and a variable. So now what I'm doing is to this initial value. So this is a value where we'll share between all these methods so that we want to return back this output. So this is the value we are going to share between all the methods. So now what I do is this dot initial plus equal to a. So what I'm doing is now initial value, in the initial value what we have 0. Okay, we have 0, and now to this 0 I'm adding plus 5. So now what we'll be having in the initial value, we'll be having 5. So okay, so let instead of using this, so let me use a shortcut. Okay, let's do this. Okay, fine. So now we have add method. So the same way, let me write the multiply, subtract, and other ways. See now you have this method. So let me create one object. So just wanted to show you how the initially the thought process is. So I'm creating an instance to this class. Okay, fine. So we have a class. Okay, we have an instance to this class. This is an instance. Okay, now we are calling calculate dot add method and we are passing 5. Now 5 will be here. So now this method should return something such that we need to call this method. So that's the reason we are going to call return back this here. This means this is a current instance. Okay, thereafter here you'll be getting the reference to this calculate instance so that you can call back this multiply again. So surely whenever you see something like chaining methods like this, you need to return back the instance like this. Then only the other method we can call. So likewise, you need to do the same. Let me copy paste this for multiply method. So I will take this multiply method. I will keep here. I will make this as a B. Okay. Instead of adding, let me multiply this. So I will multiply this. So now what happens? So we have 5 now. Okay, we have 5 in the initial value, we have 5 because add was done. So in the initial value we have 5, and later on we'll multiply that 5 with the 5, and now we have 25. In the initial value we have 25. So now again this should return this. So now here in this place we'll be having this. Okay, now we can call subtract method. So now let's write the subtract method. So this is how we need to do. So as these are the chaining methods, so that's the reason we can have all the methods here, but we need to return back this. This is very important here. Instance, we need to return back the instance. So now let's subtract this with the C. Now here we have 25 and we are subtracting with 3 and we'll get 22. So what we are doing here is we have taken a common value for throughout this calculation, and we are just adding. If it says add, just add it. If it says multiply, just multiply from the value. But here the catch is like you need to use a common variable to get this type of output. You need to use a common variable so that you can use the last value. So this value, global value. Now we have 22 in this initial value. So now we are going to return back this. So that's the reason here we'll be having this. And now we'll write one more method, divide. Now let me copy this divide. Yes, I copied this divide. So let me keep the D here, and it is a division operation. Okay. Now we have what we have here. We have 22 divided by, we are passing 11. So 11. So now we will be getting the output as 2. Yes. Now this dot initial value, we have the output 2. But here we are again calling a value. So we are calling this method. So now it means again we need to write one more method called value. Okay. And in this value, what we need to return? So we should not return this now. We should return the value itself. So this dot initial, we need to return back. This return this dot initial. So this is what we need to return back, because we have two already. Two we have in this dot initial. Now we are going to return back this two here. So let me console this value. Yep. So let's see what we have now. Okay, I think, give me a second. I went back from the browser. Give me a minute. I will write the console once again. Fine. See, we got the 2 as output. So we wrote the console and we got the 2. So here the chaining of the methods is, you need to understand. Okay, we have created one instance and we are calling the methods, and the important point is we need to return back this instance such that we can call the other methods. So this is what we need to understand here. So hope you understand the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos.